it's strange how people can change from strangers to friends, friends into lovers and strangers again. Lately I've been tired of, lately I've been lying, lately I've been thinking about the way to shake my life up, lately I've been... My name is Celeste. I'm a singer. I was born in LA. I was only there until I was 1.5. And then we moved to Brighton, and I'd been there until I was about 22, and I moved to London by myself. I think there was just this sense of freedom and openness here from such a young age, which has such a positive influence on you as a child. I didn't come from a musical background in the way that my family played instruments or even made music, but just in my household there was always such an appreciation for lyrics and music and melody, and without thinking about it, I began to really take note of those things myself. My granddad had this car, it was like a cherry red metallic Jaguar. I think he had probably 3 CDs to begin with, and one was Aretha Franklin, and that was the one I remember the most. I just saw this Desmond Dekker record, but this just makes me think of my dad straight away. This is the kind of thing that he would tell me to listen to, and the kind of vinyl he would have bought growing up. So yeah, that's a really cool album. I heard it's in your blood, baby. I heard you got this. Since about the age of 18 is when I began to really start writing and making music. I offered to volunteer here for a summer. And it was mainly so that I could keep looking through all of their collections of records and find any vintage bits and bags if I wanted them. For my first music video ever, I bought my shirt here that I ended up wearing in the video, and it was £1. The first song that I released was a song called Both Sides of the Moon. That was very much a demo that we kind of just put out, and people seemed to take to it quite quickly. And then I started playing different shows. BBC Introducing invited me to play at Glastonbury, recently winning the Brits Rising Star Award. James Corden sharing my music came as a surprise. Some of the people I were with just started showing me his tweet, and people texting me screenshots of his tweet. Similar with Paul Weller, he heard Both Sides of the Moon and he reached out to one of my managers, Ben, and then we got to do a duet of one of his songs, and you don't expect that it's you that happens to. So we're in the Black Horse, where I worked for a couple of years when I was younger. I'd always be going back and forth to the studio in London, and John and Dec, who were my bosses, were very understanding. I began to write the song Daydreaming on a really hot summer's day, and then a few days later I came to work in this pub. I imagined what it would be like to be in one of those amazing concert halls in the 30s or in the 40s and singing under a spotlight. From strangers to